Welcome to 1997's Fallout. I am reviewing this game after playing this game for about 17 and a half hours, dealing with random crashes. What? The game crashed. Frustrating RNG. Yeah, come kill your friend. Oh, that kills me too. Fuck. I don't think I even completely finished the game. I'll be quite honest. I'm angry. I'm just angry. I'm qualified to tell you, this game is fucking garbage. Let me explain. Fallout is an isometric RPG that takes place in the year 2161. You are a vault dweller from Vault 13. You are tasked with the mission of saving your vault. The water chip is damaged and you have 150 days to find a new one. If you don't, everyone in your vault dies and game is over. So you need to get out into the wasteland, brave the terrain, fight monsters, and save your people. You can pick between 3 characters. Albert Cole, a skilled negotiator and charismatic leader. Natalia I'm so sorry. Acrobatist, intelligent, stealth goth mommy, and Russian Shrek. Ogre. Naturally, of course, I pick Albert Cole because I myself am a well-spoken. Because on your way out, you are given some basic equipment and have to kill some rats in a cave to leave. And outside the cave, you're free to do whatever you want. Well, you still have to find the water chip, but before that, the game doesn't tell you how to do anything. It provides a nice little guide when you press a hotkey to bring it up. You can find the PDF guide online that came with the original box. Honestly, I think I would recommend looking the guide up and reading through it. I didn't do it. But the online guide doesn't help that much besides some basic instructions. And you know what? That's okay. It's an open world game. But it's not okay. There's a countdown timer to how many days left you have to get the water chip for your vault. So time's ticking. And if you fail, oh well. Reload an old save or start over. Deal with it. No matter. I can learn. I'm an adult. This is fine. But the problem is, it's not fine. There are still more problems. Especially now that we have to talk about... Now let's talk about the inventory system. The inventory system, hot garbage. Not gonna lie, I hate it. Here's the inventory page. Learn to love it, because you'll be here a lot. You have your inventory on the left. You have 2 buttons to scroll through all the items you're holding. And if you're anything like me, you like to hoard even the shittiest looking of items. The piece of armor you're wearing is in the middle, and right below that, 2 slots for a tool or weapon you're holding. You also have your basic character and held weapon stats on the right, including your current carrying weight. This one is significant. And on the bottom is the main toolbar. The toolbar contains the green lights to indicate how many action points you have, only present during combat, the currently held item, its current action, and the amount of action points it will cost, buttons to access the map, character sheet, and your Pip-Boy, and lastly, the actions that have most recently occurred. At the beginning, the inventory system isn't too bad. It's a little awkward, it's a little jank, but you'll get used to it. The problem is, as you get deeper into the game, the inventory system really begins to feel sluggish, and it's just annoying to find the right item you need when you're in the middle of combat, or you're trying to organize everything and get rid of the stuff you don't need. I realize a lot of the quirks and my issues with the inventory is just because of how dated the game is, but still, I'm reviewing it with a modern lens. It's not great, and I could say the same thing about... The combat is your standard turn-based isometric fighting game thingy. Let's go back to the action points. This is the most important stat in the game. The amount of action points is tied to your agility. This determines how many actions you can do in a single turn. Each action costs a specific number of points. This includes movement. Now, for example, if you have a character with 7 action points, you can spend 5 points to fire your pistol and spend the remaining 2 points moving or reloading. The reloading piece here is crucial. If you had 6 action points when you start a turn and your pistol has no ammo, you can only reload and move. More than likely you can get by, but if your enemy is also ranged, you're gonna be a little fucked. However, not all hope is lost. You can use one of 2 in-game items to buff your agility. You can choose between medical grade opioids or galaxy gas. Eating the opioids increases your agility by 2, and huffing God's lactose intolerant farts will increase your agility by 3. However, keep in mind, both of these come with their downside. The Oxy will decrease your strength, agility, and endurance after 6 hours. The Galaxy Gas will, of course, turn you into Kanye. I'm getting sidetracked here. The combat is fun, but it's also incredibly frustrating. I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based combat, but that's not my biggest issue. My biggest issue is how they dealt with RNG. The RNG kills me. How is it possible that in one turn, a super mutant with a bazooka can shoot a rocket, knock me back in time to my birth, do no damage, then subsequently shoot another rocket and proceed to use me on the bang bus? I hate this combat system. For the most part, it works, and I can get by. Oh, and I can't forget the most distinct Fallout option. You can select where on the enemy to attack. This usually costs an extra action point, so choose wisely. Oh, and you know what else involves combat? The AI is dog ass. My companions managed to find the worst way to pass to an enemy So when I shoot, I'm guaranteed to hit them and deal damage. Okay, yeah, but you can learn how the AI path finds, right? And work around it. Yes, but when you're fighting in a hallway and there's no other pathway to go down, dog meat is going to become nothing but meat in your bag. And that brings me to my other point. Organizing your companion's inventory is annoying. To give them a weapon or armor, you need to barter with them. Treat this like a transaction where you receive no money. Now, how do you make them equip the item you gave them? You can't, sort of. They pick the best item in their inventory, and sometimes it's not the one you think is best. Now, what if you want to get the item back? Well, you have to steal it from them, of course. And hopefully your skill is high enough, or else your companion will just blast your face. Alright, I'm harping too much on the negatives. Let's change gears to... I want to end this video off on the things I liked, because as much as I have complained, there are still some very positive takeaways from this game. The world building is immaculate. The first 8 hours, I was just completely immersed in this world that Interplay has built here. Despite the game's heavily dated graphics and these faces, I fell in love with the world. The passage of time is woven into every aspect of this game. The dialogue with each character feels real. I believe these characters have existed in this world for nearly 100 years after the bomb drop. I was enthralled. The barren deserts, the villages teeming with a new era of civilization, and the city was filled with its own host of rats and mutant humans. The landscape is unabashedly harsh. It is unapologetically difficult. Interplay displays this proudly. And the sound, the music, the atmosphere they're building would be nothing without it. And any place you go, the small villages, the Brotherhood of Steel, your home vault, all eloquently composed to give these appropriate feelings of comfort, rough edges, and familiarity as you progress. There is quality all around you as you're playing this game and the world they have built. And it all gets woven into the quests too. This is going to be a little bit of a spoiler, so sorry if I'm spoiling a game for you from 1997, but I'm going to have a timestamp on the screen. Go there if you don't want to be spoiled. When you're trying to find the water chip, you're told you can find a water chip that a bad group of ghouls have been keeping to themselves. So you go out and eventually you find them living in the sewers. But it turns out they're quite harmless. They actually tell you where you can get a water chip from a different vault, so you don't have to go and end their lives by stealing theirs. And you have a choice to make here, a very difficult one. You can go down the sewer path they outline, go through the process of getting the other water chip and taking more time, possibly more perilous, or you could just steal their water chip and then you come back and you find that they're all dead after they tried to help you. I can go on and on and on about various nitpicks I have with the game here and there, but at the end of the day, I dislike and love this game. I hate it, and I hate it. Not because it's the worst game ever, or the RNG makes it unplayable. I think I hate it because it has shown me, in some regards, how a lot of modern gaming has regressed from this game. This game has some of the most in-depth world building I have seen in a long time. The quests, the sound design, the dialogue, everything made me feel so immersed in the first few hours, despite the dated graphics. I was enchanted. But then once I get into the meat of the gameplay, and the little quirks, and the outdatedness, it started making me feel like the game dragged on. Of course, the RNG is included with all this. I think the game starting off with a time limit to save the vault by finding another water chip was really important in kickstarting me to start exploring and just going different places and trying different things. Despite the fact that I might have failed in like a couple of attempts, it really made me feel lost most of the time. But I think that was good. I think feeling lost is how I felt like I was immersed. I was lost in this world, and I would not want to have it any other way. Hey, thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this. I stream here and on Twitch 7:30 p.m. PST, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Have a lovely day.